Fog Wrestling here with your Wwe Smackdown review 23rd of December. It's not quite Christmas Eve, but we did get a wee surprise tonight. We unwrapped our presents in the Bloodline. Kick off the show. Roman Reigns is there. I mean, the entire Bloodline's here. Heyman says the Usos are going to retain their titles tonight. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Here's a few spoilers for this show. It was shite. I don't want to repeat myself. I feel like when I review wrestling, I just say it's shite, right? So let's actually just go down to it. But it's just Heyman saying the same shit. Now, and we're going to say it's been a bit more refreshing since he's been with Reigns in the Bloodline, but compared to what it was with Brock in the later years. But come on, man, it's still the same stick. Let's be real. Reigns says he's made millions of dollars out of beating Cena and Owens, so he'll do it again. And then he's like, but Sami Zayn's flustered. So he passes the mic to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, definitely the MVP of the segment, saying that he's going to destroy Kevin Owens because he's a dark cloud hanging over him and he doesn't care where Cena's been. He's going to destroy him too. Then Reigns hugs him and just stares into the camera while stroking his ginger hair, which I thought was pretty funny. But Kevin Owens, not on the show. I knew Cena wouldn't be on the show, but it's funny the way he's saying, like, oh, I don't know where you were, mate. Don't know where you are, Cena. He's away to Hollywood, Sami's saying, right? He's away to Hollywood. That's where he is. We did have the Usos taking on Hit Row for the tag titles up next. I'm surprised this didn't main event, but it was a miracle on 34th Street that main evented. And the Usos here defeat Hit Row relatively easy. Sami Zayn was at ringside. I mean, I'm not surprised in the slightest about this. It was a pretty straightforward match. I mean, I guess you're getting the Bloodline in a title match on a taped edition of SmackDown, and we actually got Roman Reigns, so there's not really too much to complain about from that regard. Next up, with a promo from Imperium backstage, just kind of talking about how it's ludicrous that they're in the 34th Miracle Street fight later on tonight. Oh no, the inhumanity. Don't really rate these guys. People can think Walter's great or Gunther, but I don't really care. It doesn't really matter if his name's Walter or if it's Gunther, right? I'm not a fan of them. People can say what they is. But next up, we've got the gauntlet match. Jesus Christ, we've got the gauntlet match. Emma kicks off against Xia Li. Exhibit A of why Triple H bringing jobbers back doesn't work, right? Because they brought back Emma. They tried to make it a big deal, right? She then gets basically squashed here by Xia Li, who they brought back. I'm pretty sure they brought Xia Li back like last week or something. She then beats Tegan Knox, who they brought back like a month ago. And it's like, you just continuously bury. Like, this is a 6-person gauntlet match, and literally, like, most of the people in the match, like, half the people in the match have just recently returned. And they're the 3 that kick off the match. And none of them leave the match looking strong whatsoever. Alright, Xia Li got 2 pinfalls, right? But in my opinion, it still sucks. Raquel Rodriguez comes out next, defeats Xia Li. Then with only 3 people left, it's Liv Morgan against Raquel Rodriguez. She defeats Liv Morgan again. Like I said, I just saw Liv Morgan. No chance of winning this match. And then my pick for the match, Sonya Deville, I did say I thought she'd win. Well, no, I didn't say I thought she'd win. I thought she's the one most deserving of a title shot. She is the last to enter. Does that mean she's going to win? No, that does not mean she's going to win. She gets defeated by a not 100% Raquel Rodriguez, which means Raquel Rodriguez is the new #1 contender. But out comes Ronda Rousey. This was just awful for Ronda Rousey. It was like, no, not like that. There's one more opponent. It's like, could you sound any more monotone, you mongoloid? Just sucked. Who's the next opponent? It's Kim O'Connor. It's Shayna Baszler. Jesus, I don't know what's going on with her, man. Shayna Baszler comes out and then Raquel Rodriguez roll up in about 10 seconds. It just looked very sloppy. The match up to this point actually didn't look that bad, but this bit just looked very sloppy. 1, 2, 3. Raquel Rodriguez is the #1 contender. We move on to Bray Wyatt coming out. They had a recap of like the previous couple of weeks with his feud with Eli Drake. He does come out here though. And he's like, you don't know what it's like, man, to come out, man, and speak in front of all you people, man. You thought I attacked them, man. You thought I was Uncle Howdy, man. He said man after everything he said, like it was crime time in 2006. What are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing here. But this was absolutely horrendous. And then he basically tried to speak about Uncle Howdy, but then he couldn't. And then he fell to his knees, got up, battered the cameraman, then left. And we're just sitting here thinking at this point, why do you even sit up to the early hours of the morning watching this shit? Because guess what, guys? See, here in the UK, it's 3 a.m. It's not 8 o'clock. It's not 10 o'clock like it would be in America. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And by the time this review gets uploaded, it's going to be later than that. But Bray Wyatt made it worth it, folks. He made it worth it. We then have Rey Mysterio versus Angel Garza. Rey defeats him. Karrion Kross was watching on. Is this the next feud? It's like Karrion Kross, again, another guy who's debuted. It's supposed to be a big deal. McIntyre beats him. That feud's done because McIntyre's got like just got random illnesses recently. And then Rey, a guy who just, like I've said, he's been very underutilized in the past decade, not doing much. It's like, so what if you beat Rey, Karrion Kross? It means absolutely hee-haw for you, my friend. We then have Ricochet and Braun Strowman backstage, because of course they are the two that's taking on Imperium next. And Ricochet's just awful here. Like, this is taped. This is pre-taped. This ain't live. I don't understand why they couldn't have taped this till it was to a half decent level. Then again, it's Ricochet. I don't know how, I think they would have ran out of film before they would have got it to a half decent level, but he sucks. He's like, hey, Strowman, those guys said we're like a circus. Then Strowman's like, well, I don't care what they said. I'm going to go out there and squish some Imperium Europeans. Something along those lines. It sucked. Ricochet should never talk. He shouldn't even be in the company, man, if we're being honest. Scarlett and Karrion Kross are walking backstage. Emma confronts him, says, how dare you disrespect a Hall of Famer like that? And this was just fucking embarrassing. Like, so what if they're disrespecting Rey Mysterio? What, like, you just lost clean in a gauntlet match, and you're supposed to be like a big deal since you came back. Should you not be focused on that rather than if Karrion Kross was watching Rey Mysterio from afar? Like, well, how did he disrespect him? He was literally watching him from like row said. Oh, but it was blatant disrespect. I mean, even if he was, like, who gives a shit? But at the same time, he wasn't even disrespecting him. So that just sucked. And then we get Michael Cole, which was funny because Wade Barrett's talking about, oh, Emma's showing some teeth, and Michael Cole just completely blanks him. He's like, next week, Big Match John competes in his 20th year in the ring, which is insane. It means it's the 20th year in a row that Big Match John has competed in WWE, right from 2002 up to 2022. So that's I mean, if that doesn't make next week's SmackDown must watch, I don't know what does. And this was an epic promo package. It really was. Remember the name blasting. Mike Chioda. You've got showing all his highlights, ruthless aggression, one night stand, winning his first title, the matches against The Rock, all this good stuff. Insane. It was beautiful. WWE know how to do a promo package, right? They definitely do. We then had the Lacey Evans vignette. Don't really care about it. But guess what, guys? It is now time for your main event. It is a street fight. The Miracle on 34th Street. Imperium do get defeated here by Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Of course, they use the Christmas trees and the presents, but like it's more of a gimmick match rather than a hardcore match. And I know we're PG. It's 2022, like. And it's WWE, like, you're not going to get an insane barbed wire bloody match. Then again, do you want that? Because in AEW, it would be an absolute disaster. You know, they would have exploding rings. It would just absolutely sucks. They did unveil a present, which did, in fact, reveal a ballerina, which was weird. It was unique. They didn't batter or nothing. It was just very weird. But the ending, you got Braun Strowman standing up. Ricochet does the thing off his shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Imperium are defeated by Ricochet and Braun Strowman. And as for this show, I am going to give it. Don't know what I'm going to get. I'll give it a 3. No, fuck a 3. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Title match, a gimmick match to end it, a great promo by Cena. The gauntlet match was alright, but I felt like the order in them was all wrong. You know what? A 2 out of 10 just seems about right, guys. Till next time, peace.